Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, hi.
Hi.
Let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, we can start a slow introduction here while people find their way into the stream. We have tonight the guest. Our guest is CHPP-Teles from France. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah. So Teles is a volunteer, and he helps us with the administration of the CHPP program, which you all know is our program for third-party developers. So if you have an idea for a new app and you don't know exactly what to do, when you read the manual and the information we have on the site, Teles is a good place to ask.
And I will answer to write the doc.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Franco and Antonio, can you also tell us who you are? You're the moderators and hosts of the show together with me, but you also are doing stuff in the community, right? Beside Direct.
Well, yes, Antonio and I, we are here also helping to moderate this Twitch space. But we also have a product called HT Coliseum. We also do some streaming. And Antonio is going to tell you everything about HT Coliseum, so you know anything about this site. And we also are a little bit connected with the CHPP products.
Cool.
Well,
Antonio?
yes, HT Coliseum is not a CHPP product, but it's a Hattrick link. That's another kind of web you can find at Hattrick. Maybe some people know it, but we can talk about that later.
Okay, it's basically something you sign up to with your regular team, and then you play like within that league with each other as well.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. I also wanted to, since the last two streams have been about the anniversary league. I don't want this stream to be all about that, but we're at the same time. I know it's something that everyone is very interested about, and we have some news about that also. Maybe you saw on the forum how we're gonna handle like the second round of the draw. So I'm just gonna repeat what the situation is right now. We had as of this morning 24,000 teams activated for Hattrick Anniversary League, and there is a little more than 32,000 slots. So like that means that all the people that won in the draw, not all of them have activated the team yet. So they still have 2 days to do that, so they should do that. But we're gonna end up with not all of those 32,000 winners having activated. I mean, that's only to be expected. So on Monday there will be a new draw, and everyone that lost out in the first has a chance. We're going to use the same ticket balancing system. What we're going to do is that we're going to exclude anyone that's lost but never bothered checking if they had won or lost, because we have like 8,000 people in the queue, and we don't think we're gonna have that many to distribute. So make sure that you have checked if you won or not, and then we do this draw, and hopefully most people that were interested from the beginning will get a team. Then they have 48 hours to activate from Monday to Wednesday. And if after that not everyone all the slots are taken, we're just gonna make it open for anyone to activate, like by the middle of the week. So there might be like a few hundred teams to grab then. But yeah, in the end, we're gonna hopefully have a more or less 100% full league. So yeah, that's about that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I'm sure. And I can also say that, and this is, I haven't said anything about this on the forum yet, but we really liked the idea that some user had about like having a competition within the competition, only for homegrown teams. And there was a lot of teams signing up for that. So basically, they are pledging not to make any transfers at all, not buy any players at all. And then they will have their own ranking and stuff. But we really like this idea, so we're gonna try to make something official out of that, like a tag. As long as you don't buy any players, you're gonna be like in the race for alternative prizes within Hattrick Anniversary League. Cool. So there will be like 2 competitions in one. I really like the idea. So there's a lot of cool stuff with that, because it means that this, like if you go for that route, you're probably gonna have fun for longer in Anniversary League, because that cohort, so to say, will move slower. But yeah, of course the grand prize will not be the same, but we will figure out something fun for them, and it will be like an experiment also to see maybe if we can do leagues like that in the future. So yeah, the more paths to have fun, the better. Great. So yeah, so I don't know about the CHPP part here. I now I end up talking a lot, but I was thinking about like just mentioning a little bit about how CHPP came about first, and then we can like go into interviewing Teles, because Teles, you have a much better view of what's going on in CHPP right now, or what has been going on for the last years than I do. But like I mean the idea, or like it's really like this, that when Hattrick started, from the very beginning, people would start building apps for it, and we had something called the href file format, which was a way to download all the data from your team. This was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that was used especially for an app called Hattrick Manager, so that you could like have everything offline and sit and play around with your team. It was pretty cool back then. But of course, as Hattrick grew a lot and became international, there was a lot of new apps emerging, and there was like a need to structure things a little bit, so that, especially because we got really severe problems with performance on the site when a lot of these apps started scanning data like crazy to download it. So we had to structure it up a little bit, and that's where CHPP came in as a formal program. And then I guess, I mean, like, I think we were very early with this kind of thinking, but at the same time, I also think that, I mean, if I'm gonna be like self-critical, it's also been something that we could have done a lot more with, like be more agile and support CHPP developers, but yeah, we try our best to improve on everything, and I mean the fact is that there is a lot of cool stuff out there, so I really recommend that you go out and see what you find, what you enjoy. Cool.
Yeah.
So tell me, Yeah.
I remember the beginning of CHPP, and at this time, before 2000, it was very rare to have a website that provides data like this. And I always like it since the beginning. I saw this. I'm a developer, so I was interested since the beginning, and that was incredible at this time to have such data and to be able to do something related to Hattrick. So I don't know who had the idea at the beginning, but it was a very nice idea. Really.
Yeah. No, I think, I mean, like, it's something that kind of connects Hattrick users, that they love data and statistics. And yeah, there's a lot of that.
Most of the CHPP apps are related to statistics.
Yeah.
People are always trying to do some new statistics. I think the very last one published app is also for statistics. It's HT-Studies, it's a French app also. And it's again to make statistics and studies, a lot of things on that trick. So people are fan of statistics, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, it's always something that we're always getting demand, like requests for more data, more statistics. And I'm also kind of annoying my colleagues with that, because like as a non-developer, I'm not a non-developer. It's like, why can't we store all this data forever? And then they have to point out to me that, well, with 200,000 users accessing it all the time, it's not that easy to do it. But yeah, it's lovely with statistics.
Yeah, and that's incredible. That's what people can do with the data and invent and try to determine a lot of things which are hidden into a trick. Just to know how the game engine is working and so on. So there's today a lot of things that's incredible sometimes.
Yeah. So what are the kind of stuff that you have to do as an admin of HPP?
As a CHPP admin, there is several things. The first one is to answer users. So there is two kinds of users, the developers and the non-developers. So for the non-developers, I can't do a lot of things because they have to ask the owner of the app if they have a question on it, because I do not develop all application. I can't do the support for all applications. But for developers, I answer. They ask about how to use CHPP, what are the rules to respect, how it works, what they can do, and I answer a lot of questions that comes from user who come back to the game. They still have some old CHPP apps installed on their computer, and of course it doesn't work anymore. And they use the very old security code. People ask where they can find this security code. So it does not exist anymore, and they have to download a new version or change to find a new application. But the security code has been removed 10 or 12 years ago, but it's still the majority of the question.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
So that's the main points, and the last one is to make the communication between developers and the Hattrick team on request and on bugs, because as we developed, there is bug everywhere, even in CHPP. So developers want also fix from Hattrick. So I create tickets for bugs and communicate the fix. So that's the main purpose of my volunteer job.
Cool. And what do you think is like, what is the biggest like desire among users for a new CHPP app? Like what is the demand? Do you see any of that, or like within the community, or?
There's not a lot of question about this. When users are looking for something, they want either statistics or team assistant management. But the CHPP app for assistant management, to my mind, less and less used over time, because you add many things to the website compared to years ago. And for manage your team, you don't really need the CHPP apps for that, because a lot of things have been added to the game, which it's normal because it's a central point of the game. So they are still being used, but I think less and less. And there was more usage over time when there was more user on Hattrick. Since users have decreased, CHPP app also, but there are still very active applications. Another one category that is used is the NT tracker.
Okay.
For teams.
2 of the top 10 ones were NT trackers.
Yeah. I don't know how exactly the top 10 is generated. I suppose it's done with automatic updates of player once you have registered to the app. The app continue to track your player and fetch and do some connection, even if users don't really use it, because when you go to the tracker, you authenticate, and then the player are automatically updated. You don't really use the tracker itself. I'm connected to probably all trackers, but I never go to this. Yes,
maybe we should look at that so that, because you were not in the top 10, right?
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Change that. I think you were like just on the 13 or something.
I would have given my prize to someone else.
But what you say makes a lot of sense. That some users just connect once, and then it keeps rolling. So it's different to connect very often and to see the difference, development, and makes a lot of sense.
All CHPP is done, and it's normal because it's very technical link between the app and Hattrick. You can't distinguish the usage of a user or the computer because or another server, because that's the way it works. So it's quite difficult, I think.
No, and I mean, it's quite interesting, this thing. Like there's a balance that needs to happen between the third-party apps and Hattrick, because like if sometimes we have added something to the website and we didn't know that it existed in a third-party app, and then we like get criticized for you're just stealing ideas from CHPP. But like we often try not to do that, and like if we do it, we like improve on it, so it's not exactly the same thing that was already in an app somewhere. But of course, like it also makes sense that all the tools for managing your team is actually in the game. So
there is always things that people can provide to find something, to evolve. Even it's a small part of the game, but they need some data to grab, and for sure, when something is new on Hattrick and does not appear from CHPP, yeah, people are not happy for that. I know, I know this for years. But there was a great news last days. There was a big update in CHPP. We received a lot of new stuff. That was great, great addition. The request list has decreased a little bit. So now people have quite a lot of things to do, I think, with what has been done. So we just expect the next update will be very soon.
Yeah, well, I can't make any promises there, but
yeah, I know.
I think we're already ahead of what's it, what we usually do in a year. So I think, but we'll keep improving for sure. I think like like when we add something totally new to the game, sometimes it has taken several years before there's support for CHPP, with new data. So that's something that we could really try to be better at.
Yeah.
Cool. So have you seen any reactions to the?
I didn't have time to read everything, so maybe you guys have saw some interesting question.
Yeah, we have
on the chat.
Yeah. There is a lot of French user, HT-Nini user.
Yeah.
We have one here. The one, would it one day be possible to have a CHPP add-on on mobile? The reason why I'm reading the questions out loud is because I don't have the access to highlighting them. At least I haven't figured out how to do it, so I have to ask. I guess this would be possible. I mean, the app is using the same underlying code as the website does.
It's probably the part of the same code and the same technology, but it's not the same environment. And on the website, you can have add-on because the browser allow to add add-ons. On mobile, they didn't add this possibility, so right now it's not possible, or it's very limited on some exotic browser where you can load the website, but in the app directly, it's packaged on the phone. And it's not something technically possible for the moment.
No, I guess either we would need to to actually include that in our releases, which is not possible, or you have to do your own app and release it in the App Store as a companion app to Hattrick. But that's
adding something inside an existing app is not yet possible. Sorry,
yeah, great.
I'm searching for some questions too.
There is some question with the answer just behind.
Tell us, what is your favorite HPP tool?
CHPP tool.
What is 823? What is your favorite CHPP tool?
My CHPP tool, it's of course mine. Currently, I spend all my time on my app, so I don't use a lot of other apps. In the past, there was a lot of very great apps that have disappeared over time. And so right now, I can't say any favorite tools because I don't use a lot except mine, but not really an answer.
I want to answer that question too, because it's very interesting, because there are many CHPP tools that are very useful for many users. In my case, Foxtrick is very important, helps a lot. It's a very important complement of my day life in Hattrick.
Yeah, and Foxtrick is a very old application. I was part of the development team at some point during a few times. I look at it and add some features, but I stopped now. But I think Foxtrick had so many things, but the most important were replaced by Hattrick feature on the website over time. I also use Foxtrick, but I deactivate things after things because the website has new features and so on. It's still a great application. I know the code behind. Very important application, and yeah, it's great because I think having everything on the website with an add-on, it's better in terms of usage and integration than having a website elsewhere. It depends on the feature, of course, but everything that is integrated into the website has much chance to be used because you are in Hattrick, and that's easier for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's yeah. I never used Foxtrick. I mean, like I always have it, so I can go in and check like the user experience with Foxtrick. Often because a lot of times people assume if something is wrong that it's us, but it could be Foxtrick and so on. Yeah. But yeah, I see the greatness of it. It's just to me it becomes too much too much data somehow. But
yeah, that's logical for you. Hattrick is your baby, and all the
no.
the behavior and so on. So
I'm very happy that it exists. I'm very happy that it exists. It's just that sometimes like it flies a little bit over my head because I don't use it that often myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for Teles. Do you have any new product in mind?
Another ID, or
do you have any CHPP product in your mind?
Yeah,
coming.
Yes.
I am nothing on the next months that will exist because I'm only focused on HT-Nini right now. I have a lot of ideas and things that I have started over time. So HT-Nini is which is the current application I have. It's live now for 2 years, and so the time is passed very, very fast. It's an idea I had 10 years ago. I already tried to make a first version, and I went into a too complicated website with too many options, and it was too complex. I never finished it. It was too many bugs occurs, so I never published it. And I dropped it. And during the COVID pandemic time, I tried to make a new game and simplify things. So I create Hattrick, HT-Nini. For now, I am no real idea ready to start, but having idea is just a matter of time.
Ah, perfect. Yes.
But it's a good time to ask you about HT-Nini. Maybe if you can give us the background and like what it is, because maybe not everyone has
Yes.
joined.
Yeah, I see some unknown names in the chat, so nobody, not all people should know. So HTnini, it's a CHPP app, of course. It's like it's a game. It's another game in a trick game. It's a game where you collect cards of Hattrick players with their avatars. And you have to complete albums. You have to stick the card into album, like Panini cards. I think everyone know Panini albums and stickers to put in, especially in football games. A lot of Panini albums everywhere. So basically the same. You have cards and have to fill albums. So as it's a game, each card have some points according to some properties, and there is some records you can try to get by making the album with the most points. There are a lot of different records, and to have a game with a community, there is also a market inside the game where you can sell and buy cards from other managers. You can also barter card, so to exchange a card against another card, like a user can do at school in their free time. So you have a lot of features to get a card and find cards and create albums. At start, for me, it was a little project just for fun and trying to do something. I was very surprised about the people and the users that love it and spend so many times on it. I got several hundred users the first days, and with a lot of problems on the servers and the workload and so on. That was not expected at all, but that was great. And because I do this for users, use the game and play, not just to develop something. If nobody use it, there is no interest to keep it and to enhance the game. So the main point is to give something to users so they can play and have fun and spend time on it. And it's incredible the number of users that are fan of the game. At the beginning, some people spent almost more than 8 hours per day on the game.
Wow.
That was incredible. And there was a lot of exchange, a lot of cards, and everything was going very fast. And it was a little bit difficult to follow everything at the beginning. But that's a very nice experience. And now we are 2 years after, and the game is still used heavily by a lot of people. I have added a lot of features. You have different kind of albums. You have battles where you can fight with someone else on the same albums. So you have to find the best card and make the best album against someone else. So a very similar album. There's a lot of features because users are asking for new features also because they are interested in the game. So I'm very proud of this. It's a lot of fun. I didn't expect it has become like it is now. It's incredible.
Well, it's if you do something good, people will come, right? And I guess that's what.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. I spend a lot of hours. I don't count. I should not count. But as there is enough user to make the game alive, because we need to have a lot. Some users to exchange cards, to have a market with traffic and so on. Else, you can have some cards every day, but if there's no exchange between users, it's less interesting. So until we have a user playing, I will continue because if people like it, that's fine for me.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Teles, could you show us on the screen how the product works, so everyone have the chance to
I can
know it.
you have it.
have a demonstration. So you have to install a browser add-on that you can find for Chrome and Firefox. So I don't have I don't know how to put a link if someone wants to you can look at the CHPP product page in Hattrick and looking for HT-Nini, you have a link to install the add-on. Once it's installed, you have to perform a CHPP login like any other application, and then you come here on this page where you have your first album. For me, it's not the first one, but you have an album with a cover and oh, sorry, I don't know if there was a zoom. Yes. Okay, a cover with your face, the number of points, and you have several pages where you have to stick your card. So you see the avatar of players, and that's a real player of Hattrick. So the teams inside Hattrick have been scanned, and players have been imported to HT-Nini to have a database of cards, and then you have to fill your album. So you have different type of cards. You have some players, you have trainers, you have empty players. You have I don't have example here. It's only players. You have Hall of Fame players. You have youth players. So you have different kind of albums you can create to play different ways in the game, and you can also have several new albums at the same time. So I can create a new album. So you have some coins inside the game to buy cards or buy albums. So I can create a new album, and I get a new album with 5 pages with different countries. So you have to stick cards of this country on this page. So here you have a trainer and players. Here you have Hall of Fame players, different things. On the top menu, you have your cards. So here it's your own cards you have with the card you can get every day and the card you can buy from other users. So you have manager cards, use card in gray here, different things. I have a special big card which is HT-Yuan.
Oh,
Oh,
that was expensive, I think.
Yeah, I bought it yesterday. It was expensive. Yeah, but I think
I was on the market today. Was it you that bought me? No. Someone said here in the chat that I was on the market, and
yeah,
I,
you were on the market, and I buy the card. I'm sure I can resell it later and have a good price.
but I will receive a percentage, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So you have your cards. I don't know if Warburger is with us, but here on the corner you can flip the card, and you can sell it if you want. So you say set your price, and know the card is on market for 3 days, like the transfer market on Hattrick, and people can find it on the market. I won't find this card because it's mine, and I can't buy my own card, but I can search available cards on the market, so I can select country, define a specialty, some properties, and search available cards. And all these cards are owned by HT-Nini users that put it on sale, and you can buy yours that fit your album.
Cool.
So after there's
How can GM Kermo be worth 3 times more than me?
yeah, the market is has its own codes. You can also, if you have no more coins because you have already bought everything, you can exchange card with other user. You have a section called barter. So, for example, this user proposed to give you this card, and you have to give here one trainer. In this case, here also one trainer. Let's move to find something else. Here I don't have the requested card, so the user wants a multiplayer with aggressiveness 0. I don't have this card, so I can't do the exchange. But if I go here for a trainer, I click on it, and I have my own cards, and I can choose the card I want. So let's say I do this one, and I can exchange, and the exchange is done. So if I go to my card desk, I have now the card here, and I can use it on my album if I can stick it somewhere. You also have a small shop where you have some offers that change every day. So you have different type of offers. You can buy cards, different types. Sorry, or sometimes exchange some card by some you have. You can once a day renew offers and get new offers in the shop, and then you have to wait tomorrow if you want something else. You can exchange cards, get new card for coins or cards. So another way to have a new cards. You have battles, like I said previously. So here it works like
Reynoso.
Reynoso is my friend.
Yeah,
From Peru.
He's the king of the battle.
Wow, he saved me.
Yeah.
Yes, he loves HT-Nini.
Yeah, I know it's a very important user. He has done a lot of albums. It's probably the guy who has done the most number of albums. He plays a lot, but it's not the only one. The second one, Benkak, is also a very important player. So here you have a battle. So here I see my last battle. I lost. I lost.
Oh.
I'm not the best player. I'm quite bad at every game, but I spend all my time to develop the game and not to play. So that explains a lot. But you have a battle which is a smaller album, and you have limited time to fill the album. So you have your page and the opponent page with the points for each page. So this one is complete, and I didn't complete it, so I score less points. So I've lost this battle. I have tried. I need to try next time, but that's just for fun for me. I'm not looking to be the best. I don't have time to spend to play on the game. So, I won't be able to develop it. And of course, like every good game, there is a lot of records because when you have your albums, there is a record for top albums. So the best albums with a number of points. The people who finished most albums. So yeah, Crenozo has filled 400 albums.
Wow.
I don't know how you do this. That's I don't know. That's incredible. Right.
Reynoso is a very competitive manager. He loves to fight against everyone in everything you can imagine in Hattrick.
Yeah.
He's also the best user of HT Coliseum. He's the first also. I can't believe this.
Yeah. Same, yeah.
He will win the Hattrick Masters, I think.
I guess we have to at some point also to the show.
I want to show him this.
Time. He can interview me about time management. Maybe. How does he have time for all this?
Time for me or for you?
No, Reynoso, since he's he has a lot of time to spend on this kind of stuff.
He probably spends as many time as I do to develop the game. So,
Actually, he's a very busy person. He is working all day long, so I don't know how he can spend this time in Hattrick and HT Coliseum and HT-Nini. I can't understand.
yeah.
Also, he has 4 teams now.
Maybe he doesn't sleep.
Yeah. So some news are exceptional. And of course, there is a lot of records, several hundreds of records you can have in HTnini, and there is the top users. So Crenozo is not here, but right now it's Benkak who is leads the high score. He owns 35 records, which is impressive also.
Wow.
And if you have your own records too. So this will be my records, so not really records. That's a bit slow because this part is not cached. And you have information about what you did in all the parts with flag collection also. So every time you fill a country in an album, you win the flag and so on. So people are also running for this kind of records. And if you have sometimes and want to perform, you have some rules to read. So I won't read it right now, but everything is explained, so you can see all details and try to perform on the game. This is for fun.
there are a lot of things to do.
It's a CHPP. You can do a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a nice way to like connect to other managers and explore.
There is also a forum dedicated to HT-Nini. Each CHPP app can have its own forum on Hattrick, and a community has been created on this forum, and people discuss and exchange and talk about mostly HT-Nini, but also different things, because after 2 years, people have started to discuss everything, and a small community has been created, and that's very interesting.
Cool. So at the end here of the show, we're gonna have a quiz, right? About CHPP, and we're gonna have some prizes in HT-Nini. So the prizes today will be in points here for HT-Nini. So you can for those that haven't tried it out, you should definitely check it out. Using it, you get some more points there.
Yeah, well, let's do a special offer tonight. The winner of the quiz can have a golden ticket. It's a small thing in the game, but it's the biggest thing. The golden ticket. With a golden ticket, you can buy, you can receive the card of the player you want in Hattrick.
Oh, really?
So you can go to any player in the game and use your golden ticket and get the card of this player.
Wow.
Which is not possible to get a specific player in the game. You always get random cards, like a pack of cards of Panini cards. But with a golden ticket, you can choose the card you want. So let's offer a golden ticket for the winner of the quiz.
Cool, that's great. Look forward to that. But I guess I'll have to put in like last time some wrong answers, so I don't accidentally win.
The questions are not easy.
No, I might actually have a hard time getting it right, even if cool.
Is there some question, because I didn't look at the chat when I talk?
Yeah, we have some people going to get refills on their beers.
There are a lot of things about the birds. So HT active, yeah.
People are be happy, and but we haven't got so much questions about CHPP, at least. Yeah, some suggestions about creating achievements for CHPP developers and for CHPP users. Like the thing with these kind of achievements, like for CHPP developers, is that you might just create a lot of spam applications for CHPP apps. And of course, if you have a threshold of X number of users and so on, but I don't think it's the best kind of achievement really for I mean, of course, we want to acknowledge and support developers, but maybe there are better ways to do it than achievements, because like when we create a new achievement, you really like create an incentive. Like everyone is gonna think, how can I get this? And
like a federation. There is some action, and people create federation and invite users just for the achievement and not for the federation itself. So
yeah,
it will be the same here.
So like quality over quantity, I think is always a good point. But then for users, I have been using X CHPP apps. I mean, that could be like, that's more like a way to promote people to explore different parts of Hattrick, so that it could be like like the first time you use a CHPP app, you can get an achievement, maybe, just to make sure that everyone has checked it out, or make it part of the manager license or something like that. But so that's possible. But I think maybe not. It's not so urgent to add it. But we could promote CHPP better than we do, for sure. So that's what we're doing right now. As one way of doing it, at least.
I see a question of Seth here about language for translation. It's something I didn't talk about. The HT-Nini is translated in 8 or 9 languages. So people are also helping, because I don't speak so many languages, also helping in translation. So it's Hattrick community, as always. So there is some translation in HT-Nini, and yes, there is always to do some. So if people that speak, by example, German are interested, it's also possible to translate the application.
So Mish has a question. I'm not sure I understand it, but I think I understand it. Can you change the game in stream info as Hattrick? It will be easier to find. I guess maybe you're asking if we could promote the streams better on the website. Is that what you're answering?
I think that he's saying that in Twitch you can put the game that you're going to stream, but on Twitch there are 2 different Hattricks written.
Yes.
So maybe he's searching for another Hattrick, and we put the different one. There are 2 different Hattricks. It's, I don't know why, but that happens on Twitch. Yes.
We have to choose the another, just that. But maybe for the next time.
But in Twitch it's
Only
Hattrick,
Hattrick. Okay.
because isn't that taken already? No.
It's like a tag you put of the kind of game you're streaming.
Okay.
There,
Okay.
yes, there are 2 Hattricks, Hattrick and Hattrick.
Okay.
I think that we are using Hattrick, not Hattrick.
Okay. No. All right. The Hattrick. Okay.
And
Yeah.
this is fake. It's fake.
Yeah. Uncle Mish is mastering Twitch. So.
Well, Uncle Mish, I think that everyone is a little bit afraid because you're going to be again on the quiz. So, are you a CHPP master too? Because everyone is a little bit afraid right now because you are here on the chat.
Okay, Misha, I have to check that out, but it sounds like Franco and Antonio knows what you're talking about, so we will try to fix that until next week, if it's possible to fix.
Yes, it can be fixed.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. Great. Thanks. Awesome. Cool. Any other questions? Yeah, but I also, because I thought that the question was about that we don't promote Twitch so well on the website, and we are working on a little widget for that, so that any upcoming streams will always be shown on the site, and eventually I want to add other streamers also in there, so it's not only our stream being shown, but if there's streams happening that week, I think it should be possible to find them in an easy way somewhere.
Perfect.
Okay, so Steve has a question about how do you approach CHPP if you're a complete newbie? Can you highlight that question?
You need to have some development skills. That's for sure, because you have to interact technically with that trick. So you need some basic, at least skills in programming. You don't need to be a professional. There's a lot of users that just doing this as a hobby and succeed to do some very interesting apps. But you have to have a little technical background to start. There are also some frameworks, but if I continue on this, it will be very technical, so I will lose the audience. But yeah, there is some framework that can help you to deal with Hattrick API easily. There are some available in different languages, so it can also help to make things easier to create CHPP apps. But I recommend to have some technical skills.
But once you're in, there is a forum where you can discuss with other developers.
Yeah, CHPP. There's also a forum dedicated to CHPP. You have access when you register as a CHPP developer, and there you can ask and request things along all developers. You will have answer whatever the language you want to use, or the question you can have to do something. Almost all have been done by developers on the technical subject. So every time someone can answer your question.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of users that can have ideas and create a nice addition to the game. So don't hesitate to try.
No, but it's really interesting. Yeah, it would be really interesting to get like some new blood in, like with like completely new ideas, like to challenge us what can be done with CHPP. You know, maybe yeah. So like if you have an idea, don't be shy. Contact us and we can see if it's possible or not. So it will be interesting to have new concepts developed.
Yeah, once you have the data, you can create very different things, and you can imagine a lot of things which are not linked deeply to the game. HT-Nini is a perfect example to create something aside Hattrick and use some data to keep the people inside Hattrick. But you can imagine a lot of things. I would love to do something with Hall of Fame players, maybe one day. It's a part of the game which is not really exploited on Hattrick side. I think you can do something fun with this. Maybe someday, if nobody takes the idea before.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like it could be fun, some kind of old boys leagues, like you could use your Hall of Fame players for some kind of tournament or something where skills don't matter at all, because they're all very old. So you could like have some other kind of game mechanic in there, just for fun, like a supporter tournament or something like that, using only your Hall of Fame.
With very different comments and can create an experience.
How many beers you had before the match or whatever.
You can imagine so many things.
It's like a senior Hattrick that.
Yeah, but it's like, you have these matches where like the old icons of the club, they play and they're all 50 years and they're like, they fall over and they're they're overweight and maybe they had like a few glasses of wine too much at lunch, and but it's still fun. But I mean,
The
like,
fast,
yeah,
the
don't know
fast player is still fast.
compared to the others, yes.
That sounds really fun. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know what you had in mind, Teles, but for Hall of Fame, maybe you can share your idea of it.
Yeah, I don't have a precise idea. It's just a part of the game. I think something can be done. Really related to a trick or completely aside, but so many things are possible. It's always I like the part of a trick that it's not the main game, and the Hall of Fame is one of them. Something can be done. I don't have idea right now precisely, but if I have time someday, it's an area I think I can do something.
Cool.
I want to just thank Parjikia. Parjikia, yes. He put a comment for PHT, which is a framework I done to help the other developers to use Hattrick API in an easy way. So he has done some application with it. That's great. So PHT is also listed as a CHPP application, but it's only for developers. It's a piece of code to help to create application. So that's great. It's also used. I still maintain it. I have to integrate the last CHPP edition, but I will do in the coming weeks.
Cool. So if Protest TV is still around, I want to apologize on behalf of Hattrick there, because it was we don't want to chase anyone away with silly jokes. So please stay on the stream if you're here. Yeah. So I don't think we have that many questions. We have now some talk about old boys leagues and stuff like that, but maybe we should move to the quiz. What do you say?
Perfect.
Let's
go. There's a question of Uncle Mish about the Hattrick wiki.
Let's see this question. This one.
Yeah. So yes, the Hattrick wiki is updated by volunteers, but making CHPP app to automate, I already did it to create content inside page and so on. But with the last version of the wiki engine behind, it has become very complicated to do something to automate. The API seems not working very well. That's not the fault of Hattrick, it's the wiki engine. There is some CAPTCHA, which is hard to automate, to bypass. So I stopped to do things on the wiki a few years ago. It's not easy to do.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a shame. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. We can talk about that if there's anything we can do, but it's not updated as frequently as it should be. Obviously, the wiki.
Yeah, but it's a very aside part, and there are a lot of old page and old data. It's very complex to maintain. That main part of the game. It's totally understandable.
Okay. Do we have any other questions?
Now there's a lot of talk about the Champion Nul, which is a championship in France.
There are a lot of French people today.
Yeah,
in the chat.
I'm French, and
It's your fan club.
yeah, and there's also a Twitch stream in France, and I already be invited there. So people are coming today because tonight there was no French stream. So Johan also came to the stream once.
Mhm.
So yeah, a lot of people. I think a lot of people want to see my face too.
That's good. How many viewers do we have now? I can't see it here.
We have 51.
More than 50, yeah.
A question for you, Johan.
Hmm?
Do you have a CHPP roadmap for addition?
No, we just worked on, yeah.
Good answer.
We have a request list that you maintain, right? Where requests for new data is listed, and the last thing we did was that we just took 2 days and did as much as we could from that list, but we don't have any like grand plan for that. No. I think that's like when we add new stuff, I think we need to try to be faster on also adding CHPP support for it. But I also think like maybe if we start giving more stuff like we did now, but also like the next time and the next time again, maybe devs can start to believe that there will be more data coming, and they will start thinking about new apps and like have the courage to ask us for stuff. Because if you have a really good idea, maybe we are happy to fix some new data for you because we think it's a nice idea. So it's like it's an ecosystem, like it needs to be maintained. We are also like getting energy from the developers, and we have to give energy to you. But there is no roadmap for CHPP as such. No.
Okay.
So it also answers a question of Alpa. How many hours HTDev dedicates to CHPP per month? So it's around 0.
Well, it's not that many, I don't think, but I mean, depends. Like to develop new data is not a lot, because that was, we did 2 days now, but it's not that common that we like devote time several days in a row for CHPP. But then of course there's like bugs that happen and stuff that we need to fix, and that's more, but I don't know how much.
A point on the bugs reported. You are fixing bugs faster and faster. The last years were very better than the very early time.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting and appreciated by the CHPP dev. Things are fixed quite fast. That's very good move since the last let's say 5 years now, because time is
no, it is very that is very deliberate. I mean, we have every first, I think every first day of the month, it's like the first like Tuesday or Wednesday of the month, it's always only doing bugs. Like that's the day when everyone works on bugs, and we do the boring stuff, like the stuff that is maybe not urgent. But if you don't do it, if you don't like dedicate at least one day a week when everyone is working, so it's not like you know that you have to do it, and you always have your colleagues there to ask for help about these boring bugs. If you don't do that, then you end up after a while just doing the urgent stuff when it happens. So and then you like always have a long backlog of boring but not very urgent ones, and that has happened at times in Hattrick. And but especially Goosey is a really good police when it comes to, she's kind of keeps us disciplined to do it. So yeah, it has worked much better, and we always try to keep the tickets down to like below 50 or something in the system. Whereas, I mean, like, and you have to remember that if we have 50 tickets in the system, maybe half of them they can't be acted on right now because we're waiting for more data or something like that. So, and but usually we don't have any urgent stuff around, so it's much better than it used to be. Yeah. Did you plug question for Johan? Did you plug your computer today, or do you have an infinite battery? Actually, my son just came in and tried to steal my charger from me. Explain to him that I'm in the middle of a stream, but I still have the chargers. I hope I will be able to.
Well, there was a question some like 40 minutes ago about the CHP product Sisu from Uruguay. Do you know what happened with Sisu?
Yeah, of course. How to explain this? There was the new World Cup format, which has changed to World Cup match to use the tournament system. And the CHPP-5 for the data for tournaments were not done to provide enough information about the World Cup format. And there was some request from this developer, and he became a bit nervous about things which are not updated for the beginning of the World Cup. There was some evolution done on the file, but not exactly how he wants to have it. Even if it was, I think, possible to do what you want to do, but you have to develop a bit more than he expects at the beginning. So it was not happy with how it was handled by Hattrick when the new World Cup comes and the CHPP data does not follow everything. So I think he has maybe not stop the app, but remove some function because of this. It was not a nice part of the discussion, but
yeah, there was some question before if we should have have a track that was universal for all the national teams. I don't know, like if that, because this was for only for Uruguay, or they were using it for all national teams. The CISU.
No, for the national teams.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. The EHF will be the new CISU soon. What is EHF? Does anyone know?
No, I don't know.
Wait for me for 1 minute, please.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Maybe an acronym of another app, but just like that, I don't get it.
Yeah, I can just repeat what I said at the beginning of the stream. What are the news for HT anniversary? I just mentioned it at the start, but we announced in the forum this morning that we will have a second draw on Monday. So anyone that has received a slot in the first draw, but not activated their team, they will give up their slot, and those slots will be distributed in a new draw using the same tickets that we gave in the first draw. So all the losers in that first draw will have a chance to get a team. And also importantly, that if you lost in the first draw but you never bothered checking if you won or not, you will not have a chance to get a team in the second draw. So in that way, we will exclude the ones that are probably not interested anyway. And then they have 48 hours to register their team, and after 48 hours, any teams that are still not claimed will be open to register for anyone, whether you were in the initial draw or not. So that was what we announced this morning. And then the other thing that is news, which we haven't mentioned on the forum at all, it's that we will this initiative that some users have taken to have like an unofficial competition for homegrown teams in Anniversary League. We really liked that idea, so we're gonna try to make it official, so that there will be like a second track to win in Anniversary League for teams that don't buy any players. They won't have the same final prize. The grand prize we can't duplicate that, but we'll figure out some nice stuff and try to announce it before the transfer market opens on Tuesday, so you don't buy one player by mistake and screw it up. But yeah, I'm gonna post about that tonight or tomorrow, so everyone knows. Cool.
Excellent.
All right, so let's do the quiz, and then maybe we have some final questions afterwards to see.
Perfect. Today we have another quiz in the same page, but with a different code. I'm going to send you the code right now.
Lavelas, can you explain what's about Menti again? Because maybe it's new people watching us.
Yes, well, Menti is a website in which you can build different kind of content. In this case, you can make like interactive quizzes, and in which everyone can participate. The only thing that you have to do is to go to the link, put the code that I put it right now as a message. I'm going to put it as banner as well. And there are going to be 5 questions, and you have to answer good and fast, the same as Uncle Mish, please, because the first place gets a prize in HT-Nini, so it's a very good prize. You can be fighting against Greynoso and Benkak and all the big HT-Nini players, and this is a very good prize, and I hope that you enjoy the quiz of today. So if everyone have a problem or a question about how to connect, please ask us, okay? This is going to start. There are already 11 people, so I'm going to share my screen to show you. There are 11, so we are going to wait for everyone to connect and to have the chance to participate. Are you participating, Johan? Will you play?
I am, yes, but I haven't been able to enter my name yet. But maybe that's not.
The goal is to be fast.
So we are waiting for everyone to connect.
Yeah.
In Menti.
I will be disappointed if Setkill is not on the top 5.
You don't want to disappoint Teles. How do you enter your name there? Please enter your Hattrick username.
Not your Twitch name.
So we are.
But the thing is that there's nothing to click here. If I click the only thing to click is the image, and then I only get the image bigger.
Yes, because we didn't start yet. We are waiting for everyone to.
So you can't. You haven't been able to enter your name yet because it hasn't started yet.
Right. 23.
Right.
So let's start.
Okay.
Let's do this. There are 25. Wow, 25 of Hattrick. I think that is 26. Wow. That's sad. Well, let's do this. Well, we have a lot of different things in here again, but I can't see. This is the flag of the Sweden flag. I was searching for that. There is a ghost, a tiger, fire, flames, a train, a donut.
Do you have the same avatars if you come back several times?
No, I had another one last week, so this is probably just random. But it's a little strange that there's a Swedish flag and no other flags. It was the same. I wonder if this is actually Swedish platform. I have to check.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I recognize this Mentimeter. It's something that has been in Swedish television before. But let's see what this is.
I see no rabbit in here because the rabbit is the faster.
I prefer penguin.
Yeah, it's a Swedish company. That's why they have the Swedish flag, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, 31. Let's go for the first question. It says the same. The following thing. What is the meaning of CHPP?
Difficult question.
Certified Hattrick Product Provider, Corporative Hattrick Personalized Products, or Choose Hattrick Perfect Player? Oh, yeah.
No.
Nobody said Choose Hattrick Perfect Player.
Just was the beginning.
That's disappointing. Well. Question 2. Let's go. Which CHPP had the most users during the year 2021? Foxtrick, Hattrick Portal Tracker, Hattrick Youth Club, Raid My Academy, or Mercattrick? The ranking that we saw last week. Hattrick Portal.
Wow, you're reading my HTs. Very good.
They are not good students.
Question 3 of 5. Let's go. How many CHPP products are? This is a tough one.
I'm gonna answer what I think it should be the correct answer.
It's not an easy one.
Oh,
Oh, that's a very big punishment for a lot of users in here.
yeah. I hope we will go to 157 soon.
Yeah, that's what I answered just because I wanted that to happen. So let's go for that.
Question 4 of 5. Let's go. What is HT-Nini about?
I know the answer.
Size Stadium Calculator, Tournament App, Youth Academy Helper, TSE Calculator, or Card Game Collector?
What a difficult question.
Ooh, well. Not
I
everyone
want to
got it.
know the 3 people who failed to answer.
I guess someone was watching the stream.
Yeah, maybe.
And the last one. Which is the oldest app still available? Tomatric, Mercatric, HT-Nini, Hattrick Youth Club, or HT History? Not an easy one. Hattrick Youth Club.
Yeah, Hattrick Youth Club is very, very old. It's a big app doing a lot of things. I have saw the code maybe last year. I had a chat with Marcus and to track a bug which was on Hattrick side at the final point, and it's a very impressive application with a ton of features, ton of codes, and it's maintained since so many years. That's
Yeah, we're very close to hiring Marcus like 15 years ago, or maybe 12 years ago. Unfortunately, at the time it didn't work out, but he's a really nice guy, really good guy. So it's nice to see them see a youth club here in the limelight.
Well, do you want to see the results?
Yeah, as long as Uncle Mish doesn't end up the winner again.
It's a mystery. And
It's not Uncle Mish this time. LA Alcedo.
Very well.
yeah.
Oh, Mish is not even in the top.
I think he didn't participate.
Okay. He was. Yeah. Okay. He's too humble to compete.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
To give
Congratulations.
everyone
And
need a chance.
Kiri,
to win.
he's not in top 5. I mean, it's not good. Actually.
And LA Alcedo is already playing HT-Nini.
Yeah, I think so.
Here we have 3 LAs
Wow, that's
on the
right.
top.
LA Alpa, Game Master Samson,
LA
and LA
12.
Treff. Yes. The quiz of today was a little bit harder, I think, than the one from the Wednesday.
Yes, but it's the same difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, well, congratulations for the winner. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm going to take this out.
So my daughter told me that our last stream, she was listening to the stream in secret, and she was even on the chat. And when we did the quiz, she was saying that there should be more questions about HT-Johan in the next quiz, so that she would be able to win. So yeah, but let's not do that, please. Maybe we could do a Roblox quiz instead, and see if she has a chance. But it's quite fun because since we started these streams, suddenly she's very impressed with my work, and before that she had absolutely no clue what I was doing. So it's really a way to communicate with younger people. It's a nice thing. Yeah. What is your answer?
This kind of questions. What is Johann Zodiac? What was Johann's sign at the kindergarten?
Yeah, I'm not sure my daughter will be able to answer those. So. What wine is John drinking? Yeah, it's yeah. I think everyone knows by now what I drink. we can have a quiz on that.
We can do a Johann's quiz.
Yeah, but now we have a French here, so I can't
Yes.
say that I'm drinking Portuguese wine. No.
Yeah, but French wine is better.
Yeah. No, you would say that. But actually, I was thinking of maybe, because France is one of the countries that we have never had a Hattrick meeting in. So, what city do you think would be good for a staff meeting?
And what are you looking for? Kind of.
Well, it has to be a city where you can easily move around 50 to 100 people. But I mean, like where it has to be like of a certain size, I think, so that you can find restaurants that are big enough, and that kind of stuff. And of course, some nice sights and good food and all that. I was thinking about Marseille, but I've never been to Marseille, so it's also a little bit for my own sake.
I was born in Marseille.
Okay.
It's not the best city.
What?
It's not the best city.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would think about it.
Lyon, yeah.
Lyon, Bordeaux, maybe Montpellier.
Yeah, if you want to be close to the sea, Bordeaux could be nice.
Yeah, we can discuss.
or Lille, or
Toulouse. It gets really hot in summer, though. I was there a few years.
Yeah, in the south, yes, and very hot.
Bucharest, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think we're starting to reach the end here. I'd like to. I don't think we have much more questions. Been looking all the time here for.
I gave the prize to Alcedo.
Already?
Yeah, you received the tickets.
Very nice. So thanks a lot, Teles. It was really a pleasure to meet you here, to hear more about you and about HT-Nini, and about your work as in CHPP as well. Yeah, and thanks to everyone that showed up. Okay, we don't know about the now we did 2 streams this week, and we also had a little fewer viewers than we had on the first one. and I think it's because we haven't been able to promote it as much because the first one was in my HT and these were not. So it's because we have to do 6 streams in the first month to get upgraded on Twitch. But I don't think it's because these will all be available on YouTube as well. So if people want to see them afterwards, but we haven't decided the next stream. But I will really try to promote it better on my HT, or if we do this little widget that I was talking about, so that you can always see when you log in that there's a upcoming stream. But at least 3 more streams in the next 2 weeks, right? Something like that is what we need. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, maybe something next week when everything breaks down because of the HT anniversary league. That could be fun to do live.
Yeah, we are waiting for a new announcement, a new prize. And...
yeah, that's the, yeah. Okay, great. So thank you, everyone, and see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Cheers.
See
Bye-bye.
you.
Have a nice
Thank you.
weekend.
The same.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.